Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross.
The internet is buzzing after a video surfaced of DC Young Fly roasting Rick Ross in front of a full audience. The reactions have been all over the place. What began as a light comedy moment quickly turned into a viral clip that left Ross clearly uncomfortable, while the crowd burst into laughter.
Now, that wasn't the biggest moment. Now, that's one of the viral moments, but Boosie, episode 8 million. Got Country Wayne, shit like 6-7 million. Like, we do numbers, we do analytics. Our analytics, we was the biggest before you came, and we was the biggest afterwards. So you always got room to come back to be on the biggest podcast in the world, correct? You dig what I'm saying? But when you call a spade,
the clip, which has already gained millions of views across social platforms, shows DC targeting the rap mogul with sharp precision, calling out everything from Ross's flashy lifestyle and constant self-comparisons to hustlers, all the way to his earlier rap image. The crowd's energy pushed it further, and by the end, it was obvious this wasn't just a typical comedy routine. It felt like a full-on roast. The moment purportedly happened during a live taping where both were present, DC Young Fly hosting and Rick Ross appearing as a surprise guest. At first, the atmosphere was easygoing. Ross walked in wearing one of his signature fur coats, heavy chains, and bright sunglasses that reflected the stage lights. The audience cheered, but DC, known for quick humor and sharp delivery, immediately spotted a chance to joke.
But you didn't eat it. And we respect when shit to do, bro. Just tell us as soon as you come in, hey, little homies, I got an hour. Bet, we gonna try to get you in. Man, we gonna try to get you in about 45 minutes so you can make it to your next destination. Don't look, act like you doing us a favor and then just leave her without saying something. Just say something so we can know what's going on, gang. We ain't tripping. We'll push back up. Your team, we called your team. We called the person who we called when you was on the way. Guess what they said? We don't know where.
Ross looked like he just came from the zoo and forgot to drop the lion off, DC joked, setting the tone for a tough comedic exchange. The crowd erupted, but Ross didn't join in. He gave DC a small smile that made it clear he wasn't completely entertained. As the laughter got louder, DC pushed further. He started joking about Ross's love for over-the-top spending, saying, "Every time Ross talks, it sounds like he just finished eating money." The audience went wild. Phones were out, people were shouting, and even some guests on stage were trying not to laugh. What made the moment blow up even more was Ross's response. Instead of laughing it off, he seemed irritated. He tried to ignore it, taking a sip from his glass and muttering something off mic. DC heard it and responded instantly. "Don't get quiet now, big homie. We just having fun. You're rich, remember?"
Okay, I'm gonna say first of all, I don't give a
Yeah, I get it.
But I give a because
try to make it bad.
With you as a person.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before, okay, let's just say before all that happened, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say before all that happened. Bro, I'm listening to you, Ross.
Yeah.
I feel like you wanted to. Hey! Shut the up! I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you probably one of the best lyricists from the South that we got. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you poetic, bro. When I listen to your music, I think you put a lot of time and effort into this.
From that point on, the tone shifted. What started as light humor began to feel more like a sharp-edged roast. DC started hinting at Ross's past controversies without naming them outright, making subtle comments about borrowed identities, label issues, and big claims with little evidence. Those remarks landed hard because the crowd knew exactly what he meant. It wasn't just about Ross's career or lifestyle. DC was touching on long-running criticism about Ross's image and ego. The audience responded immediately, cheering at every line, while Ross tried to stay composed.
One time, and I'm gonna take this jacket off.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you can't.
Man, stay tuned.
You can't take your foot off for nothing.
All gas.
Oh, I'm talking about for life. Dawn, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just.
But then you drink.
We could have those debates. We really could.
Teflon was off the chain.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
I like the way
It's a
you
different
followed up
time.
hustling with pushing it. Like, how did you know to come right back on their ass with
You got to.
Right.
Man, just Don't take the foot off the gas.
Some viewers compared the moment to traditional roast battles, but with genuine tension beneath the jokes. Within hours, the clip appeared everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, where people analyzed it frame by frame. Hashtags like #RossGotRoasted and #DC versus Ross began trending. Some fans felt Ross reacted poorly and should have laughed it off. Others argued DC went too far and that comedians sometimes push boundaries when they see an opening. But no matter the debate, everyone acknowledged one thing. DC Young Fly controlled the moment completely. It wasn't just a roast, it was a clear example of how personality and quick humor can overshadow fame and money almost instantly. What adds another layer to this is the relationship between the two. DC Young Fly and Rick Ross aren't unfamiliar. They've met multiple times at events and interviews. There was genuine respect at one point, but this exchange made it seem like deeper tension may have been building for years.
Be mindful. You may never know who knows somebody, who kin to somebody, who saw what you posted. Because you're going to have to stand on business.
Look, bro, listen, man. I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was and this and that. I came on Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came for
According to people who attended the event, Ross walked in with a dominant attitude, aiming to center the moment around himself. Before cameras even started rolling, he reportedly took small shots at DC, bragging about being the boss of bosses and claiming he's the reason many younger artists make money today. DC, being who he is, wasn't going to ignore that. Once the mics were live, he used the chance to shift the energy back his way. Anyone familiar with DC's style knows he doesn't move randomly. He studies the atmosphere, picks up on egos, and goes straight for the pressure points. So when Ross began showing off, DC responded in the way he's known for. He reminded the room that respect isn't something you demand, it's something you earn. As he kept roasting, he dropped lines that cut through Ross's flashy image. You got 20 cars, but you're still mad. How you own all that land and still ain't found peace?
Davis and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay. Who? Both. Eddie and...
That line landed like a punchline mixed with a life lesson. The crowd exploded. Even Ross's own supporters had to admit the truth behind the joke. Ross, however, didn't react well. His body language said everything. Arms folded, tight grin, and a clear shift from confidence to irritation. At one point, he leaned over to whisper to someone on his team, which fans later joked online was him asking for a PR escape plan. The camera caught that moment, and the internet slowed it down frame by frame, turning it into a meme. Some viewers suggested Ross underestimated DC's sharp timing, assuming he could charm his way through the moment like he usually does in interviews. Instead, he ended up in a situation he wasn't prepared for. After the event, insiders say Ross left early, quietly slipping out without photos or attending the after-party. That only made fans speculate that his ego took a hit. DC, on the other hand, didn't let up. He posted a short video afterward thanking fans for the positive energy and joking, "Ain't nobody safe, not even the bosses." Many supporters took that as confirmation that the roast wasn't just jokes. It carried a message.
Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. You ain't the only nigga who did it for free. T.I. do it for free. Busta Rhymes did it for free. Snoop Dogg did it for free. Everybody who sat on that couch.
DC went up against one of hip-hop's most self-assured personalities and came out on top. The internet's response has been mixed but heavily engaged. Comedy fans are applauding DC for keeping things honest, saying it's rare for someone to challenge a figure like Ross on stage and actually win. Hip-hop fans, meanwhile, are split. Some believe Ross should have laughed it off and stayed composed, while others feel DC crossed a line by disrespecting a veteran. But one thing is clear. The viral clip highlighted how thin the line can be between confidence and insecurity. When a comedian with raw energy interacts with a rapper known for a larger-than-life ego, a moment like this is almost guaranteed. And this time, DC walked away with the upper hand. What makes the situation even more layered is Rick Ross's long-standing public image. Ross has spent years building the persona of a powerful mogul who commands respect and operates above the rest. But behind that image sits a history of people questioning his authenticity. From the revelation that he once worked as a correctional officer to constant jokes about exaggerated rap claims, Ross has faced ongoing criticism that his persona doesn't fully align with reality. Whether on purpose or not, DC tapped right into that weak spot during the roast. Every joke about Ross's ego, spending, or contradictions landed harder because those topics have followed Ross for years. At one point, DC reportedly said, "You've been calling yourself the biggest boss since 2006, but you're still arguing with everybody smaller than you."
Lead our show. You went and did a podcast. A white podcast. You sat your ass right there for almost 2 hours.
And didn't leave.
And you talked. And the white folk asked your ass, was you a correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no that, nigga, 'cause we got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently,
Right.
eloquently.
Eloquently, right.
You dig what I'm saying?
The crowd erupted. That single line captured what many fans have said for years. Ross's ongoing need to defend himself often clashes with the strong image he wants to project. It was comedy, but it also carried a truth beneath the laughter. And for Ross, who prides himself on staying composed, that truth clearly stung. Some fans believe that's why his reaction seemed so tense, because on some level, DC wasn't just joking. He was exposing weak points in Ross's persona. The viral reaction has only intensified things. Memes of Ross's expression are everywhere, paired with captions like, "When the boss gets bossed." Others have remixed the clip with sound effects, turning it into a new trend. Even celebrities have chimed in, some laughing at the moment, others saying DC may have pushed too far. But what can't be denied is that the video reopened the long-running discussion about Ross's public image. Is he truly the unstoppable mogul he claims to be? Or has his confidence drifted into arrogance? DC's roast may have been comedic, but it forced fans to take another look at one of hip-hop's most outspoken figures. Meanwhile, DC Young Fly is fully riding the momentum. The comedian, well known for roasting celebrities on shows like Wild 'N Out, is being praised for bringing classic, fearless comedy back to the spotlight. Fast, sharp, and straightforward. At a time when many entertainers stay away from conflict, DC's willingness to challenge big personalities has solidified him as one of the most respected comedic voices in hip-hop culture. His jokes resonate because they come from observation. He says what people are already thinking, and he says it with ease.